Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Dookie Forge. This episode is kind of a big one. It is the wrapping up, or the conclusion, of the first blacksmithing project that I even started, which was the road to 100 bottle openers, making these guys. And it's been a while between rained out weekends, between just not being able to do anything on a weekend or being out of town or whatever, concerts closing off the park or whatever it happens to be. It's actually been quite a while. Between the first 50 bottle openers and the second that we're starting now, we've accomplished a lot of projects though. We've made some scrolling tongs, a holdfast tool, we've done a bending jig, we're making a guillotine tool, a bunch of stuff. And yeah, so I've been learning a lot and, well, trying to learn a lot, trying to make my way through. And this hopefully is the wrap up of the first project that I started. And it's, like I said, it's been a while. If anybody's watched the beginning of when I first started, it was cold out when I first started with the bottle openers. And I guess, I don't know what month or even what time I started, but it was cold. And now it's going to be cold again soon. So, however long that has been. But hopefully we are going to wrap up the road to 100 bottle openers, be able to move on to other projects. And of course the difference in the second half is going to be the bending jig. The idea obviously is to make more bottle openers, but a little bit more efficiently. Hopefully this works. I haven't used it yet. So hopefully I can bend them up a little bit faster using this. And this, I hope it works, because if anybody watched the videos on making this, I failed so many times and messed up. It was just a nightmare. Anyway, hope this works. So the goal is today, I just want to get out there, make some bottle openers, hopefully use the bending jig, make sure it works and all that stuff. And I'm just going to make regular bottle openers that look kind of like this. Just the standard ones. And then if it works, and hopefully it works, even if it doesn't work, I'm still going to try to do this, but it'll just be a little slower. A few of the future ones I want to elaborate a little bit more with a little bit more artistic freedom, add some, hopefully, like some leaf elements and some twists and weird stuff, and hopefully with the bending jig, I can make the bends a little bit more efficiently, saving a little bit of time. That's the whole goal of this particular thing, and of course to learn along the way. So, without further ado, let's get out to the park. We are back out at the park again, just setting up, and brought everything. Gonna set up the tripod. Gonna set up the mobile forge, and I can't lie, I'm a little nervous. It's been a long time since I have made a bending jig, and yeah, I'm a little rusty, but not a bending jig, a bottle opener. It's been a little while since I made a bottle opener, and I'm a little rusty for sure. So we'll see how this goes. small little update. I don't know if you noticed, but that was actually the first time I did the first taper, like the tooth taper, in one heat on each of the first couple that I did. So I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm running the forge a little hotter than previously and whatever, but yeah, that was awesome. It went like, it was smooth as butter. I don't know if just my hammer control is a little bit better, maybe I'm hitting a little harder with a little bit more control, maybe it's a temperature thing, I don't know. But it felt good, so hopefully I can keep that going and get these all tapered out and ready for the bending jig as fast as possible, so then we can see if this dang jig actually works, or if I'm gonna cry and poop my pants, Dookie all over the place, fill my shoes with Dookie, be stuck on Dookie Island, and go crying home. So we'll see. Let's do it. What's up? But I have a little update. The amount of time that I've actually spent is like half of what it was before. If anybody here is watching and also watched, you know, the early ones, you'll know that it took me 2 heats to do each one of the first tapers. And this time around, it only took me 1 heat each, I guess, of tooth taper, which is amazing because like it saved, I don't know, an extra hour worth of time. I've only been out here for like, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. This is awesome. On to the other tapers, which will take a little longer because they're more, you know, tapery tapers. But, yeah, this is going really good. I don't know what the difference is, actually. Maybe somebody in the comments could tell me. What we're left with is 10 tapered bottle openers ready for the bending jig. Oh, what time is it? It's only been 1 hour, and I technically tapered both ends of all 10 and, you know, got them to this point in 1 hour. I think it's a combination of, it's a brand new propane, so it's a little bit hotter, even at 2 PSI that it's running. And I don't know, maybe I've just gotten a little better. It's wild. Oh. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire brush them a little bit, just clean them up. There's a few little hang nails, I guess, or whatever you wanna call it, on the ends of some of them, because when I went to go cut the material, there's the, you know, a little burr on the end, and some of those are still on there, so I'm just going to hand file some of those off just to clean them up a little bit before I attempt to bend them. But next up, we're going to heat them up, use the bending jig, hopefully, and well, hopefully it works. All right, well, let's give this thing a try. I have the first piece heated up. I'm gonna try to use it with a pair of pliers so I can get like a better grip on the tail, hopefully, than the tongs. But yeah, well, it might be a little trial and error here at this point, but let's give it a shot. So let's put this in there. Ah, so the hold fast is kind of getting in the way. And let's give this thing another shot. Yuck, 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 yuck. Dropped it, of course. It's definitely going to take some practice. Alright. So you go in there. You go around there. Oh, I need to tighten it up. Ah, so much. Ah, so close. Almost need to like hold it on to you. Let me try again. Just holding it is such a pain. I was hoping I could just do it all in one go. Which I think I still can. I just stink right now at trying to get this to work. So oh no. All right, well, I am failing miserably on this bending jig. It's moving. I can't quite get the right angle. Like, part of it, I can see how it would work, but it's just not quite working. And it's a combination of probably just how it's built and my own messing it all up and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna bend a couple just to get some done, and then maybe I'll try it again in a little bit. Get off there. Well, I am basically, man, why am I so dark? Well, I guess I am in shadow now. I am basically done for the day. It was kind of a bummer, kind of a disappointment. The bending jig, I don't think just the way it's oriented and the way it's built, I don't think it's gonna work. I tried messing with it for about 40 minutes with that one piece, and then I tried again, just trying to figure out, any better ways to use it. And yeah, I just don't think, at least this steel, it just loses its temperature too quick. It doesn't stay in the thing. Various things. It might have been better to actually do like a bending jig, like a simpler bending jig, but one for each bend, like a singular, so I could bend once and speed up each individual bend instead of trying to do it the whole bend, all the bends at once. Yeah, so a little bit of a bummer, but if we look at the time, what time is it? It's 11:30. So I spent an hour doing all of the tapering, so 1 hour, and I'm trying to minus the messing with the bending jig time. So if it's 11:30, right, yeah, then I started just bending them normally by hand around 10:40. So from 9 to 10, I did all the tapers. Then 10:40 to 11:30. So roughly 2.5 hours to do 10 bottle openers. To forge 10. I still have to wire wheel them and beeswax finish them. But it actually, went better, I think. If I had just done them all by hand, I would have been done a lot faster. Downside, I mean, dang it, I'm kind of disappointed because I wanted them to be very consistent, and that was one of the purposes of the jig, to make them very, very consistent and, speed up a little bit. But I just don't think it's going to work. So unless somebody out there has some ideas on how to make the one I made work, I might look into making another jig and maybe different style. But my guess is I'm just going to continue making them by hand. I feel like I'm going fast enough. And yeah. So I think I'm just going to continue with making them by hand for now. And like I said, unless somebody has some ingenious idea on how to make my bending jig work. But this is the first day done of the second 50. So I have the first 10 done of the bending, or the bottle openers, the second 50 bottle openers. So the following days, I'm probably going to record a little less and kind of condense it all as much as I can. But I am going to, maybe a handful of them, I don't know how many. I'm going to try to do those a little bit more, I guess, advanced. I don't know if it's more advanced, but a little bit more artistic with some leaf elements and some twisting. Now, I don't have anything, a twisting bar yet, so I might have to either purchase one or make one. But other than that, that's the plan. So, first day down, on to however many days it takes to get to the next 50. So I'm about to try to isolate the leaf element, or the leaf area, and I watched a bunch of videos on how to kind of do it, and I looked up in the book, and I think I understand it. I kind of have to isolate, use the shoulder of the anvil and kind of isolate off a section in like a 90-degree corner area, and then yeah, after that I know I need to still taper it and then continue out. So we'll kind of figure it out together. Professionals out there, leave comments on tips and techniques, because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do my best. So let's try it. So I isolated that area. I think that's right. Hopefully you can see. Isolated that area. I put a taper on the kind of the front end, because this area is going to be the leaf. And we'll see, I'm going to try to flatten it out, I think, and then do the taper. But we'll see. Well, I can't say it looks like a leaf too much, but it's my first one. I'm just going to go with it. Next up is tapering this area, and you've seen a bunch of that, but let's do it. Right. All right. Well, looks like we have it rough tapered out. And, it doesn't look exactly like a leaf, but it looks more like a spatula. But hey, you gotta start somewhere. But I have this tapered out here. But now I foresee a problem is, I'm guessing it's just going to be a little bit harder to hold on to because of the leaf, and when I'm going to do the tooth bends, I suppose, it might be a little bit of, you know, issue, but other than that, I think it's going pretty well. I think I'm still going to continue the normal way that I normally do, which is I'm going to do the front tooth bends, and then I guess the back leaf bend, and yeah. So far it's going all right, even though the leaf doesn't look too much like a leaf. We will rectify that, hopefully. I did bring my punches, so I have a little punch that maybe I can put some leaf veins in, and maybe do some, you know, maybe cup it a little bit, maybe bend the leaf a little bit to help it look more like a leaf. So let's do some bends. bummer to end the day on, I suppose. It did break off the little leaf, so now I just have a leaf, but that's pretty much trash now. And this bottle opener just has a different wrap than the others, just because it went in the front. I didn't know what exactly I was trying to do with the leaf. It just, you know, I was just kind of making it up as I went anyway. But yeah, it was, I worked the neck a little too much, and it just cracked and well, fell off. So I don't know exactly what to do to avoid that. Like, I'm guessing I have to taper it. I mean, keep the neck a little thicker. I'm guessing taper it in the body a little bit more, and then do I not make the leaf? Like, when do I make the leaf? I don't know. I'm gonna have to try experimenting with maybe doing things in different order and maybe keeping the neck a little bit thicker. But besides it breaking off, I think it went actually really well. The leaf I'm actually pretty happy with overall, even though I started off and it just looked like a spatula, but once you kind of cup it and put some lines on it, actually, you know, it looks like a leaf after that. So that's kind of cool. Other than that, it went really well. So hopefully next session, I will make at least one or two more of the leaf attempts, and hopefully it goes a little bit better. So until the next session on this road to 100 bottle openers, I will see you then. Well, we are back, and a lot of things have changed since the last bottle opener session. Obviously, I'm not in the same location at all. I'm in a new state of Pennsylvania, and well, yeah, we're here. New farm, new everything. I'm here for a little while, don't know how long, but this is where we are. And we set up the forge, and I still have another 30 bottle openers to make. So we have a little shop here we'll be going into shortly. And I don't know how the sound is going to be in there because it's kind of a big metal room and it echoes a lot. So we'll see. The sound might be a little weird, but last time, this was months ago at this point, I tried to make a leaf element on the bottle opener and it broke off. So we're gonna try to make some more leaf elements, do some twisting hopefully. I don't think I have a proper twisting wrench or twisting tool, so I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Well, I think this is enough for the remaining. We'll see, but let's get to cutting. the last of the first 10 of the 30 that I have left. So, and I just did the first bevels on them. There's these guys. And so for these first 10, since I'm a little out of practice, I'm just going to try to make regular old bottle openers. No leaf elements, no twisting, no nothing. I just want to get back into the rhythm of it. So I'm just going to straight up taper these 10. And I probably won't record all of it, just because I'll probably record one or two. And then we'll make these guys. And then hopefully in the next 10, we'll be experimenting, trying to make maybe a twisted one, and seeing how it goes. Well, taking a little bit of a break, resting up a little bit, taking a drink, and I just finished up the first 10 of the remaining 30 bottle openers, and at least the forging part. The last thing I need to do on this batch is make sure they fit on a bottle, so that's one, and then beeswax finish them after I make sure they fit on a bottle and open them, or would open a bottle, obviously, because if they didn't open a bottle, then what's the point of a bottle opener? It doesn't open a bottle, you know what I'm saying? But on that note, well, I guess not on that note. On a different note, the next 5 or 10, let's just go, well, you know what? Let's just go 3. On the next 3, I'm going to try the leaf elements again. And hopefully the leaves don't break off. And if it goes well, then maybe I'll do a couple more leaves. And then for some, after that, I might try some twisting. Maybe I'll even square up the entire, length, so I can do a nice twist and it'll look cool. And then maybe at the very end, the last 2 or 3, I might try twisting and some leaf elements on the same one. So that's what's coming up, and I'm just going to finish my break and then just get right back into it. I'm probably only going to record a little bit of like the actual making of the next ones, just because we've seen the majority of the work. It's just what's new is the leaf elements and the twisting if I get to it. So hopefully that's what you will see. If not, something went wrong or something came up, I'll see you in a few minutes. Well, I can say I am definitely out of my comfort zone. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I don't know like how far, how thin I should make each step, or I'm just kind of following what I have in my memory of what should I make the leaf now? I guess it wouldn't hurt, but I don't know. It's frustrating sometimes, but it should be all right. Hopefully the leaves just don't break off. Well, these leaves seem a little small. I broke off one already, and I feel like the tapers just aren't really all that clean, but I'm gonna try to just finish these out. And yeah, just finish these 2 out and then see how I'm feeling out after it and see if I want to change anything. Overall, not the worst thing I've ever seen. Not really the best, but This is only, this is only my third time trying to make, or my second time trying to make these leaf element pieces. So I can't, it feels like, maybe somebody can comment below the order of operations. I feel like making the stem and the leaf, I'm not getting it quite right, and and I'm interfering with each other. Like, at what stage should I make the leaf? Should I taper it? It just doesn't, I don't know, something about it's not flowing. Maybe I need to watch some more videos. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue on these. May not record the next stages because it'll just be smoothing this out and continuing to taper and then starting to bend. But I'll record near the end, hopefully, when these two are finished. Well, it didn't go too well. I had no good way to hold them. And so the lines kind of got all funkily wonkily. I'll take a picture and insert it here. I mean, there aren't like the worst things I've ever seen. Like most things I make, they aren't the worst things I've ever seen. They're just pretty close. But they look like leaves. They aren't broken off yet. And so the final bend is what's left, and obviously it's got to go around and this way, and the leaf will end up somewhere over here. I don't know, or maybe, I don't know actually. I don't know how I'm gonna do it exactly. I might try to use primarily the scrolling tongs to bend them. And I can stick them in the two holes here on the anvil, and they kind of lock into place open, so I can kind of use it as a here, right there. Use it as kind of a bending thing. So maybe I can do that. We'll see. Hopefully I don't break these leaves off, but let's do it. Well, I ran out of propane right now. I was in the middle of bending that leaf, and I don't know, it felt weird. You know, I've never actually bent anything using the scrolling tongs, and so it did feel weird to like pry against them, and I did not get a good bend. So I am actually going to unbend this and rebend this one as well. I'm going to go get some more propane, be back, and finish these two leaf ones up. And then depending on what time it is, I might do some twisty ones, if I can find something to twist it with. Well, I did get the two leaf ones done. I think I forgot to hit record when I was finishing them up as far as shaping. Now, this one came out half decent and has the leaf at the top and looks all right. This one, just because it was the length and it just kind of wrapped around, and there it is. that is not the best, but you know, I got to keep practicing at making these anyway. Um, I never expected them to be good. I just need practice. So there's bound to be a lot of fugly wugglies, as they say, as the kids say these days. But yeah, things are going good. I'm making a few more just regular bottle openers. Well, actually, you know what? I don't have a proper twisting wrench or yeah, twist thing. All I have is an adjustable wrench. Now, obviously, typically you'd have another handle going the other way, welded on or something. But this is what I got. So I am going to try to twist up some, square up. I'm planning on squaring up the entire length of the bottle opener, and maybe that's what I'll do with one of these. Because filming me making a regular bottle opener at this point is, well, there's a billion of those in my video so far. So maybe that's what I'll do. Well, I finished up the next batch of 10 bottle openers, and I think they came out all right. The leaf element ones are by far the worst, but I also wanted to try finishing them with linseed oil, and I think I had them a little too hot, and it kind of burned on and made them a little crusty looking. I guess it aged them. Make them look aged, but here we go. It might be hard to tell. I'll insert a cleaner photo from my phone if it isn't very clear, but by far the twisted ones look awesome. The leaf ones are just kind of so-so. I mean, they're cool. It's cool. But yeah, I need to maybe design it differently or plan it out, or maybe have longer stock so that I can taper out a longer tail and like do some more wraps. Maybe that would look better. But a bunch of the regular ones just to finish off the batch, and that is another 10 down. Now all that's left is 10 more, and it will be 100 bottle openers. I'm just kind of trying to get all the excess oil off. Yeah, I think I heated them up just a little bit too much. But I think it'll work out. Let the oil dry, and it should make a good finish. I wanted to try linseed oil just because beeswax is great, but if you're holding on to the item, it warms up and the beeswax gets, tacky. And then if you're outside in the summer or something, and it's like something you're holding, like a bottle opener, it gets tacky. So I wanted to try linseed oil, and I also want to try tung oil, kind of those are the food safe ones I can think of, besides beeswax, on things like this that, at least tung oil and linseed oil is supposed to be a drying oil. So it should dry, supposedly, and not, leave a tacky finish or warm up in your hands and get all tacky. So thought I'd give it a shot, and we are at 90 bottle openers. This makes 90. Well, this is It's a momentous occasion. This took way too long, and I have all the excuses, but it is what it is. I finally finished the final 10 bottle openers to make 100. There they are, and they're all twisted, twisty all those ones. I am trying the previous 10. I tried linseed oil as a finish, and this time I'm trying tung oil, just to see, what it is, what it do, and if I like it or not. Which I think tung oil I should like, based on what I know about it. But I will do a quick wrap up, probably inside, and lay out all the bottle openers, and then we'll finally call this episode journey finished, and I can finally move on to some other projects. Well, about time. We've reached the end of the longest, shortest video ever. Shouldn't have taken this long, but considering I could only go, all the limitations with time and all this stuff, and when I was in Chicago, when once winter hit and it snowed once, I couldn't get out to the park because the park would be covered in snow for the rest of the year, basically, for the most part. So, anyway, we're at the end of the road to 100 bottle openers. And for the most anticlimactic reveal, that's it. Now, for those astute among you, you'll notice that is not 100. That's like 70 some. Well, I have 3 outside that are rusting away, testing the finishes. And then between the 70 some here and the 3 outside, I gave away a bunch, I sold a bunch, and all that stuff. So technically I think I made over 100 bottle openers, but this is the end of the bottle opener saga. Not to say I won't make more, but this is finally the end. And you know what? It feels good because I can start thinking about other projects and moving on to other things and not necessarily make 100 of them, but maybe a smaller group of them, like 5, so that I can just kind of practice, get it done, maybe make some good stuff, maybe not, I don't know, but make a little bit more progress, a little bit more turnaround, I suppose. But making 100 of these was a good lesson, I suppose, especially to start off at first. Just to learn the basics of tapering, of bending, and, twisting, and I did try to make some leaf elements, like here, and some of them came out pretty good, but I still need to practice leaf elements for sure, and maybe that'll be one of the upcoming practice videos, or project videos. So, with that most anticlimactic ending to this way too long video series, I will leave you with this episode's quote. Have a good one. Hey, who's that Quotamon?